This is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hell's Bell, hello. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It costs you nothing and it helps me and my channel. I just got back from a weekend in Champney, and so my kind of regular viewers will know that I was going there with my 4 sisters and my mum, Pat, who's done a couple of videos with me also. And we had a lovely weekend. Unfortunately, the weather was really awful on Saturday. It did not stop raining, which meant that we couldn't really get out to walk in the grounds or anything. And Mum's got a really lovely rollator, like the little trolley thing, and we carted that all the way up there just to bring it all the way back again. But that was true of my Kindle and the magazine that I took that I never got a chance to look at really. So as I say, we had a really nice time. I did do the line dancing, but it was a bit disappointing, to be honest. It was more like an aerobics class, kind of made out to be line dancing. It wasn't really line dancing. And thank goodness that we hadn't. I did wear my black shirt that I showed you, but we didn't kind of dress up as such because we would have looked like right numpties. Everybody else just had fitness gear on. But it was a laugh, you know, we enjoyed it. So that was that. I had a really lovely facial. I had a dermabrasion facial on Saturday. And why I liked it is because it wasn't just one of these cleanse, moisturize, 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 cleanse. You know, sometimes I'm not a very patient person, and sometimes I'm there thinking, how many more times are you going to go over my face with this stuff? But the dermabrasion, what they do, they use like a little vacuum cleaner and they go all over your skin, kind of holding the skin down and just kind of getting all the dead skin off. And I feel like they're actually doing something. And also then I had like the red mask hood thing. So it's a little bit like the red LED lights that I've been using in my home mask, which is, I think, is making a difference. As I've said before, I've had more kind of comments on my skin than I've had for donkey's years, really, saying it looks good, not bad. And I have been using the chest one as well, and I'm going to be talking about that in a bit more detail. And they've sent me another product to trial, so I'm going backwards. But in age, I mean, maybe in mind, anyway. But this is a shame, and this is kind of really, I've got such a head today because their systems were all down. This is back to Champney. All their systems were down on Friday when we got there, and they were still down on Saturday, and that led to so much confusion with the bookings and paying for things. And when I left yesterday, I settled the bill. Then I had a phone call for everybody, and I said, I'll allocate it when we get home. Then I had a phone call to say that 2 bills had been missed off the bill, and so they sent those through to me by email. Then there's things on the bill that I don't recognise. There's things on the bill that they agreed to take off that are still on the bill. And I'm sorry to say this is exactly what happened last time we were there. So I'm hoping that it will all be rectified soon, but it's given me an absolute nightmare because I've had to do an Excel spreadsheet of the 5 sisters and my mum and who had what and whatever. And yeah, it's a shame because it kind of takes the, you know, any benefit of the blooming facial has long gone with the stress of trying to work this out. And it's not the first time. If it was the first time, I'd say, well, it was, you know, unfortunate their systems weren't working. But all I would say to you is if you go, really, really check your bill thoroughly. I wasn't the only one having problems. Just a quick slurp. Anyway, that's all the boring stuff. We did have a really nice time. Mum thoroughly enjoyed it, and we all appreciate the fact that we're so lucky to have our mum with us and able to do these things and in such fine spirits and, you know, ability. So that's really lovely. Anyway, I came home to the most massive pile of bags and things in the hall from deliveries. And, oh my goodness, I'm just geeing myself up You know, I said about the Monsoon clothes, and I put in a huge order, and it's all here. And I'm just geeing myself up to try them on for you and show them um, shortly, really, because then I've got the most massive next haul of sale items, and this is all kind of for the summer and with the cruise and holiday in mind. And yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot. But you know, hopefully there'll be some little gems in there and it'll all be fine. I think I'm feeling a bit flat because of this invoice business. It's honestly doing my head in. So anyway, I will stop moaning and whinging because that's not why you're here. And I will get on with the haul as soon as I can. This is the first summer dress, and this was reduced from £75 to £22. And it's a really lovely viscose, but in a really lovely print. It's got these half sleeves elasticated, so you can kind of wear them longer or shorter, and it's got an elasticated neck here, and then fitted. But I'll show you. I mean, I think it's really pretty. It's really lightweight as well, but it's got this weird thing going on here. I don't know. Let me turn them out. Can you see? It's kind of, the stupid thing is they put a zip in it and it doesn't need a zip at all. So what I could actually do is take the zip out and just re-seam it without the zip so that it lays flat. But I mean, it feels, you know, because all my neck is exposed and the top of my back is exposed, it feels, it's so lightweight. It really is. And I think this would be perfect for a hot summer day anywhere, either on my holiday, which is only part of my life. I mean, you know, I can't just buy things solely for the holiday. But it's lovely, isn't it? Really nice colours, kind of quite tropical looking. And can wear it off my shoulders if need be. And you know what? Usually I just slip my bra straps down because I haven't yet found a strapless bra that holds me up as well as just one of my regular bras. And so even for my son's wedding, I did that. I wore an off-the-shoulder dress for my son's wedding, and I just wore the straps down, and it was absolutely fine. I mean, nobody knows, do they? So yeah, I'll have a little look at what I think I can do with this seam because I like the dress so much, and for £22, it's an absolute bargain. So put it back up on my shoulder. Try not to hit the microphone. But yeah, so that's dress number one. If it was just like, it looks like I've got kind of, what a shame. I mean, they added the cost of putting a zip into a dress that totally doesn't need a zip. And as a result, they've kind of ruined the dress. But I'll kind of pin it where the seam would go and sit without the zip in and see if that does the trick. So that's number one. This is also a lovely dress from here up. And I have put it on, and I hope you appreciate that because I look flipping awful in it. But this was reduced. But you know, you might just be interested anyway. They've only got it now in small and medium. This was £99, reduced to £39. And it's this lovely, like pure cotton print, but it's too small on my belly. And it's got a lovely, great big design to highlight my stomach. So I'll show you because that's the kind of girl I am, but I don't know why I'm showing you. So you can see, well, you can see my knickers. It's got a slit at the side, goes up really quite high, and then it's got this lovely motif to highlight the food that I've eaten over the past 10 years, 20 years. But it's a really, really lovely dress. And if it was, you know, if they had it in a bigger size, I would go for it. But it doesn't fit. So I'm just showing you. And it's a shame. But, you know, I carry most of my weight on my bottom half. And if I had slim hips, it would be fabulous. But I don't, so it isn't. So doesn't matter how cheap it is, doesn't fit. So I hadn't realised that the microphone had stopped working, and so in this I'm going to have to do a little voiceover. And the dress itself is fine. It's a kind of a chambray denim, and I'll put the link in the description box, but it's too small. This was in a large, which is what Monsoon tells me I should wear, but on this occasion it's just too small around the bust. And I don't normally get my arms out, but because I'm going to such a hot country and I should put my money where my mouth is, which is saying it's no one's business what my arms look like. And I think when it's really hot, you don't actually care. It's a nice shape. It's a tiered, like I say, it's a kind of a denim chambray, and it's got all those little spots are actually white embroidery. And I think it probably would shrink a tiny bit in the wash as well, and they don't have it in extra large anymore. So it was worth trying on, but disappointingly, it doesn't really work for me. And the last thing I want is, I'm determined not to compromise on these clothes. There's just no point, because I've got loads of clothes, and you never pick up any dress that is a compromise. You always pick up the dress that you feel comfortable in, that you slip on, and that you feel makes you look better than anything else, really. So this one will definitely be going back. Again, I'm having to do a voiceover because unbeknownst to me, the microphone has stopped working. How very annoying. And this dress I absolutely love. And again, this is in a large, but it is just a tiny bit too small around my underbust area. I can get it done up, but it's quite uncomfortable. It's beautiful colours. I love the colours. I love the dress. It's all in hand embroidered around the placket, and then it's printed with this lovely cobalt royal blue. It's got nice bell sleeves that are nice and cool, and it's a good length, and it's got a split at the front, and I think it would be a really lovely dress for a hot summer's day anywhere, actually, home or abroad. But unfortunately they haven't got it in the larger size, so I can't reorder it. And I am tempted to keep it, but sticking by my mantra of not compromising, I think it will have to go back. And yeah, it's a beautiful dress, and if you're just probably more like a 17 than an 18, it would probably be fine. It's got the little elasticated rouleau loops for the buttons, so it has got a little bit of give in it, but you can see it's just a bit too tight for me. And I won't pick it up as my go-to dress, that's the thing. So, much as I love the pattern, the fabric and everything else, it's just not going to work for me. This is a really lovely dress. It's really lightweight. It's 100% viscose, and it's a maxi. It's got these lovely kind of daisies that are royal, well, kind of a bright blue background with an orange and cream daisy. It's got nice lace edging around the neck. It's got lovely comfortable sleeves. They are elasticated, but they're not at all tight. They're just shaped by the elastic. So that's not. I think it's a lovely shaped dress, and that kind of carrying on down from under the bust is very flattering, and I think it would be nice and cool in warm weather, and it hides all the bad bits. But I'm just not sure about it, really. So I probably won't keep it, but I think the detail on it looks expensive, and I think it would look quite swanky going out for a meal of an evening in this, if we get really hot summer weather, like last summer. But yeah, it's a very attractive dress. I love the blue. I like the length. Yeah, I like everything about it, really. But again, I've kind of got to really love this stuff, not just like it. So I don't think that I'll keep it. Now this dress I really do like. It's quite unusual. It's got all these shades of blue, dark blue, going through to almost a purpley blue in the background. And it's 100% viscose, but it kind of feels heavy, and then when you put it on, it doesn't feel so heavy, but it's got a collar and then a placket that goes round to the front in quite a deep V. Very comfortable sleeves, and it is, I think they call it, I can't remember, gold foiling, I think they call that decorative part. And then it's got that nice V at the back, open upside down V, which I think is quite attractive. It's a good length. It's got plenty of fabric in it. It's comfortable to wear. It's flattering. And I think this one was $49.50 from $99, which is a good price. It has got a zip, but I didn't need to use that to put it on. And I think all in all, this one is probably a keeper, because I think I could wear this very happily here or abroad and feel like I had a smart evening dress on. And, you know, I would certainly think this would be appropriate for just going for dinner when we're on the cruise, because it's dressy, but it's not too dressy. And I think it's a little bit different too. It's certainly not like any other dress I've got in the wardrobe. Plenty of fabric in the skirt, which makes it nice and airy. You're not worried about it clinging around your stomach or your hips or whatever. So yeah, I think that's a winner, which is about time really, isn't it? Because it's not been the most positive of hauls that I've had so far. And yeah, it's a shame that the microphone didn't work, but I'm doing my best. Yep. I think you can see that I like this one. It's quite funny watching myself and trying to remember what I said. But anyway, that's a winner. Now, this dress is quite simply a disaster, and I had such high hopes for this dress. I really, really did. It's a beautiful coral colour. It's embellished with sequins. It's got embroidery. It's got everything. But the sleeves are as tight as a sausage skin. They're just so unflattering. I mean, this is an 18. I mean, whatever size 18 you are, you don't really want tight sleeves. And it's got this really cheap ribbon, which is fixed onto the dress under the bust, which do nothing for it at all. I think this was £69. The links will be in the description box. And I think what I'm probably saying at this point is that sometimes dresses are in the sale and hugely reduced for a reason. And I have to say, I thought that this was going to be the perfect dress for the cruise, because, you know, it's going to be in a hot part of the world. And I thought this would be ideal rather than a dark coloured cocktail dress. So yeah, very, very disappointed in this one. But I've got nicer dresses upstairs. But, you know, if it's your thing, and I know I've got black shoes on, but that's because I couldn't be bothered to go upstairs and get different shoes. There's a security tag on it there, which means you can't see the proper line of the hem. But I guess, you know, people wear them and return them, so they have to do these things. And it's a very pretty dress. It's a very pretty dress. If it suits you and you haven't got such thick arms as I do, then maybe it's your thing. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It just does absolutely nothing for me. So, and I might add into this now that I had the most awful job getting it off. It was like, gosh, it was like peeling not a banana, it was like peeling a sausage, trying to get this off over my head because my arms were stuck in the sleeve. But anyway, I got there in the end, lived to tell the tale, and I think this just about sums up the day I'm having. But there you are, win some, you lose some. This is the final item, and this is very different, and this is a gold foil printed shirt, embellished shirt. And it would be good if I was line dancing a lot. I'd have 2 shirts now for it. But it's huge on me. It's viscose, and it's a very fine viscose, so very comfortable for the summer months, and very pretty. Tiny little buttons with very, very difficult rouleau loops to get unfastened. And once I'd unfastened them, I don't think I'd ever fasten them again. But yeah, but look how big it is on me. It's honestly, it doesn't make sense, because in the dresses it said to get a large, and they were too small. And then this is a large, and it's too big. And I've only kept on the trousers I had on earlier. I've socks in my pocket there. So I think that would look really nice with a good pair of black trousers or black jeans if you wanted to dress it down. and very nice for holidays or summer evenings out when you want to keep covered. And yeah, it's sold out in my size, so it's no good to me. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you all. And that's going back too. So I have got a massive amount to get all organised to send back to Monsoon. And in a way, you know, this haul sort of sums up the day I'm having, which isn't a terribly positive one. So I hope that the next haul is better, and you know, that there's some nice things to see there. And now, just to top off my day, the dog has been sick. So that just about sums it all up. Bye.